Well, we fall down. Basically, it's just a story of a lot of the issues that we deal with: depression, grief, addiction, loneliness, jealousy, pornography, just a whole lot of things that we fall down in, but a lot of people don't talk about. And we have a cast of people who will be portraying these characters, and hopefully at the end of the play, I'm not going to tell you much about the end because I want you to really come out and see it. But the premise of the play is dealing with the things that we fall down in, and then being able to get back up. We don't want to. We want to leave it as a cliffhanger, but at the same time, we want to know that people. Right. We want people to know that you don't have to stay down.
Right.
Come on.
Now
That'll preach right there.
Sister Paula.
Yes.
Why again, you guys come with powerful, thought-provoking projects. Why was this project so interesting to you to get done?
Well, everyone goes through things. I don't know about you, but at one point or another, I went through depression. Somebody has some kind of grief. I mean, if we look around the table right now, we've all been hit with some form of grief.
Baby, listen.
And it hits us hard. And which direction we go in, that says something. And the community that we all live in and are part of, we're all dealing with it. And so, like we said before, if you didn't know, JP Inner Peace Productions, we're all about stretching out to the community, pulling out what is already affecting us, and trying very hard to help everyone heal, period.
Okay.
So when you come to this play, you're not going to leave out the same way.
Excellent. Well, we have a caller on the line. Caller, what's your name? What's your question? Mike, can somebody get that?
Experience, and I don't have a question, but just wanted
We have
to
the playwright on the
yes.
phone. Continue, please.
So, just wanted to thank you for giving us this media to highlight the things that are going on in our community.
Well,
Hey, Ellen.
Hey,
we
Ellen.
appreciate you calling in.
Oh, cool.
And Ellen, while I have you on the phone, do we
Ellen.
still have you?
That's Tony Nichols'
here.
twin.
Okay. How was it to see these two, Reverend James and Sister Paula, bring your work to the stage through their efforts?
Well, I'm in awe of them. It's one thing to put something on paper. It's another to transform it to the stage.
Right.
And, it was my baby, and I was coddling it. But they assured me that they would handle it with the utmost respect, and they have. I've attended only one or two of the rehearsals, and my mouth dropped. So I can't wait to see the production as well. I'm just excited.
The beautiful thing about Ellen is when she came to us with the play, like she said, this is her baby. And, no one gives up their baby very easily.
That's
right? I mean, especially to strangers.
Right.
But she trusted us. And she was not slothful in that trust. She literally said, okay, I'm going to turn this over to you, and I'm going to back away. But she didn't just fully back away, because as a director, James kept seeing things that he wanted to include her in, and say, hey, what about this?
Okay.
Why don't you add this to it? What do you think about adding this? And the two of them collaborated, and it's amazing to see, a playwright and be able to expand and change and grow, and to see the play change and grow, and then also see it be put from paper to stage. It's a visual. And I'm sitting here in the back like, whoa, these two got skills.
Right.
And I'm like, whoa, let me rub your elbows,
Now, here's a question. Ellen, is this your first play that you have written?
It is.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
So what
It
was
is.
the process like for you? What was the process going from just the thought to actually to the pen to the final product?
Well, it was a lot of prayer, a lot of
Amen.
lots of prayer, and really just allowing myself to let it flow, because in the beginning when I started creating these characters to put the spotlight on things in our community, I thought no one wants to hear this. But as it began to kind of morph into what it is today, it touched a lot of the things that I've gone through in my life, and so it was partial meditating. It was partial getting aligned with God and getting closer to God. It was a lot of soul searching
Okay.
and a lot of edits.
Yeah, a lot of
Well, that
edits.
happens. That happens. That happens. Yeah. So, James, I got a question for you. Just curious.
Well, we don't look because we got some other callers.
Okay,
coming
another
in.
call?
First of all, so Ellen, we want to thank you for calling in.
And thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Al.
Tell her to say hi to her brother,
And
Thank
who's
you.
her? James Wade said, "Who's her brother?"
Tony Nichols.
Tony
They
Nicholas.
twins.
Say hi to your brother, Ellen.
They
Tony Nick?
twins. Yes.
Oh my
That's
God,
my
that's your
twin
twin.
brother.
That's her twin
say hi to
brother.
brothers in the family. Well, we appreciate you calling, Ellen, and we will look out for this play. Okay.
Thank
Thanks,
you. I
Ellen.
enjoyed speaking with you. Take care, everyone.
Take care,
Take
Ellen.
care.
All right. Now I do want to say something real quick, but while Anthony is over there taking over the show,
Well, hey, you invited me.
you're connected somehow. Do you have a relative?
Yeah, actually, my godbrother's in the show, Michael. And we were just talking about, he was telling me the other day about rehearsal, and I was like, don't tell me the whole experience, don't tell me about the whole show. He just told me it was about life.
Right.
And about some of the things that you deal with, because right now I'm personally dealing with a moment of grief in my life, and he said this will be, for some, this is very cathartic for people to come see this, because there'll be moments where it's transparent, where you will be able to see yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
In many of the characters, whether you're dealing with the grief, the depression, the loneliness, whatever, the addiction. So he's like,
Anger.
there is a moment where you'll be able to connect with something or someone, some storyline.
He's right.
I said, that's enough. Don't tell me anymore.
That's right. Well, that's the whole thing. Like I was saying before, we all have something that we're going through. It says we fall down, and we do. I mean, when we going through things, sometimes we're only holding on by a thread or a pinky, and we fall.
That's right.
We fall. We can go down the road and we wake up from the storm and we're like, well, how did I get here?
What
happened? But this is the gospel experience, which means there is a way out. You might
Yes.
fall down, but you can. There's
Come
a way
on.
to
She
get
said
out.
there is a better way. I want y'all to catch that. There is a better way.
Could you please tell the audience where this is, when it is, and how can they get more information about it?
Go ahead, honey.
We are doing the show at John Carroll University, the Annex building. That's on 2200 South Green Road in University Heights. It's right next to the Heinens. If you're familiar with that area. If you're not familiar with that area, it's on South Green Road, 2200, and it's an annex building. You'll see Heinens right there, and there's plenty of parking. The tickets are $25 in advance, $30 at the door, $20 for groups of 10 or more, and you can purchase them either online at our website is jpinnerpeaceproductions.weebly.com, or you can call 330-348-6374. Many ways.
And other than Anthony's god brother cousin,
Besides Michael being in the show, who's
Michael
the other
Brown.
folks?
who else is in the
Yeah,
show?
besides Michael Brown, who else is in the show?
We have Anthony Brown, Reverend Anthony Brown. From
Not to be confused, but not me. Because you just said that Kevin looked at me like,
Not this
Say
Anthony
what?
Brown. He's
The other
from
one. Okay.
he's from Sanctuary Baptist Church, and we also have the pastor of Sanctuary Missionary
Reverend.
Baptist
Mark?
Church.
Mark Smith.
Mark Smith is
Is
making
the Mark in the show?
Yes, he is in the show.
Have mercy.
We
Okay.
have like Yvette Franz. We have Al Severo. It's a big cast, so I can't sit here and remember everybody that's in
So
the cast.
it's a large cast, so it should be very, very interesting.
You had a question for me. What were you?
I
gonna
did.
say?
So I was just curious to know, because you do a variety. You all both do a variety of shows. I know you just came off of a show last year. Tell Hell I Ain't Coming.
Yeah.
And so.
And Sister, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what's the compare and contrast of those shows to this one?
Go ahead, honey. I know you was about to talk.
Big difference. Big difference. So this one right here is talking about depression, grief, and where we're going, where you can go. I mean, we have a lot of things happening in our community, domestic violence, and
wow.
we've had a lot of suicide. We've had a lot of things like that happen. And this play touches on how your depression, your grief, how you handle all of these different things and what directions you can go if your walk is unsure. And if you don't know how to deal with these things, and or if you have friends or family members who you don't know how to deal with them. I mean, there's a line in the play where the woman says, "You got to get yourself together," and you're like, "This person is grieving.
Right.
This person is in deep depression," and everybody around them like, "Just get it together. I got it together." But
Right.
Tell Hell I Ain't Coming was more on the entertainment side of we all doing stuff out here kind of thing. And you know you're not supposed to be doing this kind of stuff. And then Sister I'm Sorry was dealing with domestic violence and all the forms of domestic violence. So those are the differences.
Cool.
And the connection, I just want to say is the connection to all of that, the common denominator to everything that we have done and will do, it's always coming back to a spiritual base.
Okay.
Always.
Wonderful.
Everything we do.
Now, I do see that Reverend James is the director.
Yes.
Yes,
So
he
Sister
is.
Paula is the executive producer.
Mm-hmm.
That means that are you the chief? You in charge of this?
Don't tell these guys that.
She's just a pretty face. Man. You just said she just
It
keeps
says
smiling.
she's the executive producer. I know what that means. That she is in charge.
Yes.
Well, happy wife is a happy,
Happy
life.
life. Is that what that's
Do you
what-
all also appear in the show?
She does.
I'm gonna have a cameo.
Oh, you got another cameo?
Yeah.
Listen,
So, Miss Travion, you see how she did that? She used her role as executive producer
get her a cameo.
and did a cameo.
It's not your role as the executive producer.
Want a
it's
drink?
the role of the wife of the director.
Is she gonna
Okay.
leave after her cameo?
Right.
She sure do.
It's
Each time.
real quick,
Each
every
time.
time.
Because
Every
Anthony,
time.
after he does his cameo, he doesn't even
I
hang
leave.
around for the rest of the production.
Now, James knows. Look, James and I did Dreamgirls together. He knows I will leave. Once I did Tiny Joe Jim, I was out. I was like, I'm going.
Speaking of which, Miss Travion, I did want to let you know that I did review a play. I just found out backstage I reviewed a play that Reverend James was in.
Right.
Oh.
20 years ago.
20 years ago, they did Five Guys Named Mo at the Karamu.
You know, and I remember hearing about that. Was
And while I gave it a good review, oh man, I killed somebody. Woo, I let him have it.
I wonder who.
And you said you remembered that review.
Yes, I do.
He must have been the one you let have it.
Yeah, no, he did good.
No, we just remember reviews. We do. We do take.
Yeah,
we
we did.
read them all.
No, he
We do
did
read
his
them.
thing. They got down. There was just
Yeah.
one guy. Woo, I let him have it. I let,
Hey,
Wait,
hey,
let's
and
move
he was
on.
an eagle. He was an eagle.
Let's stay positive.
hopefully, it made him a better artist.
So for somebody who would love to be in a cameo, not for this show, but any other future shows that JP Inner Peace Productions LLC is presenting, how do they reach out to you and say, hey, I would love to audition or be in your show?
Okay, so listen, we always post auditions for our shows. The next show that we're doing, I actually wrote called About My Father. So that's going to start auditioning in February. And you can see it on Facebook. You can reach out to us on the website. It's everywhere that you will be able to, tap into and say, oh, they're having another audition. They're having another audition. And then you just come and do your auditions because there's no sure end.
Right, they can reach y'all. They can reach out to you to jpinnerpeaceproductions.weebly.com. Again, jpinnerpeaceproductions.weebly.com, or you can give you a call at 330-348-6374.
Well, you know what? I was just getting ready to say, could you all give us that information again before we go to break? But Anthony is over here rocking.
I love it.
Listen,
I love it.
you asked me to
Listen,
come
I
help.
want to give a shout out to all of the cast, the production team. Ellen, thank you so much for putting this in our hand. And I want to give a shout out to James Wade and
Man,
Cynthia.
Woo!
Yeah,
And
I
the
definitely
Mayette.
want to give them a
Yes.
shout out because he's done amazing work with us as well.
Hit the Mayette.
And just one more thing, we are going to be having a seminar. One of the things that we try to do too is
Depression.
this we're dealing with a heavy topic in this
Okay.
play, and we're going to have a seminar on MLK Day at MLK High School,
Nice.
dealing with
Yes.
depression, suicide, grief, anger, and we're going to have a teen component and an adult component. So
All right.
it's
Well, we
fun.
appreciate it. We do have to go on break to get our next guest on, but we appreciate you guys coming here. Please come back again. We look forward to everything that you guys do. And
Thank you,
also, it's
guys.
wonderful to see you guys working together like this on such positive things.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
an
you very
excellent
much.
thing. So we will be right back with the stars of Headaches and Headlines.
Headline is headache,
To them, Ms. Travion, tell them what to
You
do.
can call us right now in the studio here at 578-1490.
We'll be right back.
News